The early 1950s was a period shaped by the Cold War, a time when speed and technology took center stage. The two sides of this conflict, the United States and the Soviet Union, were locked in a fierce competition not only in nuclear weapons, but also in aviation technology. The race between communism and capitalism had to be won not only on land and at sea, but also in the skies. While the US was making significant investments to secure supremacy in aviation technology, it was also trying to close the gap with the Soviet Union. With the emergence of jet engines during World War II and their continued development afterward, newly produced aircraft became much faster, more agile, and deadlier. In this environment, the F-100 Super Sabre was developed and went down in history as the world's first supersonic fighter jet. Welcome to Extraordinary Aviation Designs. In this video, we will talk about the F-100 Super Sabre, one of the earliest examples of supersonic fighter jets. The birth of the F-100 began after the success of the F-86 Sabre in the Korean War. The F-86s had successfully engaged Soviet MiG-15s in Korea. However, in the Cold War era, this was not enough. The US Air Force wanted an aircraft that was faster, more agile, and more powerful. North American Aviation, the manufacturer of the F-86, proposed a new project to the Air Force called the Sabre 45, aiming to build on the F-86's success and transition into the supersonic age. This project targeted an aircraft capable of reaching high speeds thanks to its 45-degree swept wings. First presented in 1951, the design underwent more than 100 modifications and was officially designated as the F-100 in November 1951. After these changes, in January 1952, the U.S. Air Force ordered 2 prototypes and later placed an order for 250 aircraft. On May 25, 1953, the prototype YF-100A made its first flight, reaching Mach 1.05 and achieving the first supersonic flight in history by a fighter aircraft. However, this success brought many problems. Initially, the F-100 had stability issues that posed serious dangers to pilots during test flights. Because of its swept-wing design, the aircraft experienced sudden nose-up tendencies, a phenomenon known as the Sabre dance, which was extremely dangerous for pilots. Some test pilots lost their lives due to these unpredictable behaviors. To solve these issues, the tail was enlarged, the wings were extended, the aerodynamics were improved, and new materials such as titanium were used in critical areas to increase durability. These improvements led to the development of the F-100C and D models. The F-100D, in particular, became one of the most advanced tactical aircraft of its era, featuring enhanced avionics, an autopilot system, and the capability to carry nuclear weapons. The U.S. Air Force initially assigned the completed F-100 as a tactical air superiority fighter in Vietnam. However, once in service, it was found to be more effective in air-to-ground missions, especially in attacking enemy positions in jungle areas. During Operation Rolling Thunder, they took on escort duties and provided extensive close air support to ground forces. Remaining in Vietnam until 1971, these aircraft flew over 360,000 sorties, earning the title of the most flown jet in the Vietnam War. The F-100 played an important role not only on the battlefield but also in the advancement of aviation. It served as the first test platform for the Wild Weasel program, designed for suppression of enemy air defenses missions. Additionally, experimental rocket-assisted takeoff systems were tested on the F-100 to enable runway-free launches, though they were not adopted operationally due to the structural damage they caused. Another role of the aircraft was in reconnaissance and intelligence missions. Although not as famous as the U-2 or SR-71, the RF-100 Slick Chick variant was used for many reconnaissance operations. These aircraft carried out covert missions over Soviet territory during the Cold War. In contrast to these secret missions, the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds demonstration team used F-100s to perform supersonic air shows. A total of 2,294 F-100s were produced and exported to countries such as Taiwan, France, Denmark, and Turkey. The Super Sabre played a significant role in the evolution of aviation with its design, technological innovations, and service record. As the first supersonic fighter jet in history, the F-100 earned an unforgettable place in aviation history. With its piercing roar and muscular, sharp silhouette, the F-100 became a symbol of its era. Thank you for watching Extraordinary Aviation Designs. If you found our video informative, please like and share it. You can support our channel by clicking the thanks button or joining as a member. To avoid missing more videos about extraordinary designs in aviation history, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.